Alright.
Make sure it's in there all the way.
Kind of bag up.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, somebody just stay right here. I want to get the whole thing.
Well, I'll stay on the camera and just show
Okay.
part of it when I get on.
Okay. Matter of fact, you do it because you're hosting.
All right, Shalom. All
Shalom.
right, we're the
Shalom.
brothers from Praise Millstone, Atlanta. We're out here in the on location at Woodruff Park in Atlanta. Just breaking down some of these strongholds and actually getting into what these statues mean, symbolize. Before that,
Hey,
first
shalom
foremost,
to y'all.
we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Ba'Shem
Shem
Yahushua
Yahushua by Shem
Rakadash.
Rakatadash.
All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing the truth, sincerity. All right, I'm just gonna go off and read uh, this article from Wikipedia. All right, it says Atlanta from the ashes. It says Atlanta from the ashes, more commonly known as the Phoenix, is a bronze monument located in Atlanta, Georgia, where we are right now, symbolizing Atlanta's rise from the ashes of the Civil War to become a world city. Right? As you can see, from the Olympics, Atlanta has been a world-class city, so to speak, as far as Esau's terms. It says the sculpture dedicated in 1969 depicts a woman being lifted from flames by a phoenix in reference to the phoenix of Egyptian mythology that was consumed by fire and rose from the ashes, just as Atlanta rose from the ashes after the city's infrastructure was burned by William T. Sherman's Union Army during the Civil War. The female figure has long hair and is seen nude above the waist. Yeah, that's a good description. All right, it says looking upward in her raised arms, she holds the legs of a gilded phoenix. The sculpture is mounted on a rectangular base. The monument is located in Woodruff Park, located in downtown Atlanta. All right, you got a precept?
Yeah, brother, I not mentioned just us, through the spirit and power of the word given to us by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. We're just pulling down strongholds. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Most High, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. All right, so the brother's going into the whole concept of the phoenix, rising from the ashes, so to speak. All right, which this would be manifold coming from this particular city, because even like the brother said, Atlanta was once fire was brought to Atlanta as far in the times of the Civil War, and Esau was able to incorporate this city into his bigger agenda, and to rejuvenate it to this point. Even like the brother said too, me not being from Atlanta, but doing a little research, the building of Centennial Park, the Olympic Centennial Park, that symbolizes a period in time in which Atlanta was really the spirit of rejuvenation, and like really pushing it, to the forefront of an American city, so to speak. That's an imagination. That's an imagination, a vain thought. Because at the end of the day, this city, along with all the other cities in America, are going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles.
I'm gonna go into this article too, because we're talking about how Atlanta was burned. It says Sherman's March to the Sea, this is from Wikipedia, also known as the Savannah Campaign, was a military campaign of the American Civil War conducted through Georgia from November 15th until December 21st, 1864. Major General William T. Sherman of the Union Army. The campaign began with Sherman's troops leaving the captured city of Atlanta on the 15th and ended with the capture of the port of Savannah on December 21st. All right, it says his forces followed a scorched earth policy, destroying military targets as well as industry, infrastructure, and civilian property, and disrupting the Confederacy's economy and its transportation networks. Because Georgia has a lot of railroad systems here. You know? The operation broke the back of the Confederacy and helped lead to its eventual surrender. Sherman's bold move of operating deep within enemy territory and without supply lines is considered to be one of the major achievements of the war, and is also considered to be the early example of modern total war. So, you know, with that scorched earth policy, man, Atlanta just got burned down, basically.
Mm-hmm. And they had a slave revolt, too. And Jake was killing a lot of Edomites at that time. That's written in history. You see certain pictures, too, that depicts that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jake kind of rose up. And really, that, you know what, I need to do some more study on that, too, as well, because I want to get more detail, too. Because it goes back to ancient times, too.
Yeah.
You know, Nero blamed the slaves for burning down the city, but I don't know if that was the case. Y'all go ahead.
Okay.
You got a precept?
No, you can continue on what you got. I got something now.
And then, just to give a little example of the park that we're in, it's named after this devil, Robert Winslow Woodruff. It says was the president of the Coca-Cola Company from 1923 until 1954. All right, and, you know, you can read this. I'm not going to read this whole arc on this devil, man. Basically, to give you a long story short, Roger Woodruff was his father basically handed him a Coca-Cola Company, which, you know, we're outside of Atlanta, and you see a huge Coca-Cola symbol on top of these Walgreens. All right, you know, basically this devil was a two-time loser, and he basically got inherited the Coca-Cola Company. He went through a series of fuck-ups, you know, failing school. One of his favorite subjects was skipping class and spending cash. That was his motto. So he was a two-time loser. But, you know, through Esau inheriting riches, all right,
joining them fraternities.
Joining those fraternities too.
Certain schools.
He basically got the Coca-Cola Company named after him. I mean, not handed to him. You know, he became a so-called philanthropist. You know, basically Esau trying to say that basically when you have these Edomite philanthropists, they basically say that we're doing a good job for humanity by non-profit organizations.
Good Samaritans.
Yeah, Good Samaritans. But this is one of the at least lesser luminaries. All right, and this is what this guy Woodruff was, man. And you can see what it is now today. It's a park full of, you know, people who are displaced from homes. I don't want to say that word out here, you know, it might spark some demons, but, you know, people who are displaced from their home, man. All right, you can add two and two together. People who don't have a home. So this is basically what this park has become now. All right.
I got a little bit on the.
And that's one of the strongholds too.
Yeah.
A little bit on Robert Woodruff. It says he was born in Columbus, Georgia, the son of Ernest Woodruff, an Atlanta businessman who, among other things, was leader of the group of investors who bought the Coca-Cola Company in 1919. His grandfather was Atlanta manufacturing magnate Robert Winship. So he comes just like you know, Donald Trump.
He was born in the wealth.
He was born in the wealth.
I got a scripture for that too.
Yeah.
This is Psalms chapter 73, verse 10. Therefore his people return hither, meaning they return back to the earth. They go through the family line. And waters of a full cup are wrung out to them, meaning they get that blessing. You know, they got a good deal when they come back. They got an inheritance.
Yeah.
You know, we come back with curses because the Lord said in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 to verse 68, that we will receive those curses if we don't abide by his laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what happened. But this is the last captivity that we're in, and now the Lord just raising us up to tear down these strongholds.
I got a precept right quick. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 16. This is the curses of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But sooner or later, you're going to start to see those curses fit on Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. But basically, this is Deuteronomy 28:16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. And we see with guys like Woodruff, man. All right, he's not cursed. All right, and his family still lives here today. All right, they're not cursed. Right? They don't have to worry about what they're going to eat the next day or get by, man. All right, these devils basically just got riches handed over to them. Old money, so to speak, money from off the backs of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They get that old money.
Yeah, because even through Esau's legislation and the way he structures his financial houses, so to speak, all that money just staying in house, man. Even like on the front on the statue it says the rich foundation. So all that money that this guy's grandfather, his father had, they more than likely channeled it in a trust or a foundation, so that money just stays in the family.
Yeah.
So now it's to the point that his family's never gonna be not well off, man. His family's gonna always be well off, like the brother was going into, off the backs and the labors and the unrighteous dealings. They've done against our people for decades, and hundreds of years.
And now it's the time of judgment. The Lord said in Psalm chapter 82. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that, then I'm gonna give it back to you.
Yeah,
Cause this is why we out here. We're literally telling you your judgment and what you about to get. So this is Psalm chapter 82. It says Psalms chapter 82 verse 8. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. That's talking about us. It said, arise, O power, judge us. Because we're the gods of the earth, according to Psalm chapter 82 verse 6. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is He's gonna rise us up, and we're judging this place right now through this video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And
The Lord is setting your case up right now. We're telling you what you did, just like the court system.
Mm-hmm.
The judge tell you what you did, and it's like, okay, you can plead guilty or not, but evidence proved that you're guilty. Mm-hmm. It was already written in stone that you was gonna be guilty anyway, because you was the wicked from the beginning.
Yeah, and Esau not pleading guilty, man. Whenever you got charges put up against you, the sentence is always more lenient if you plead guilty, man.
Yeah.
If you're guilty of a crime and you plead not guilty, you found guilty, the sentence is always gonna be harsher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, and basically, it goes to the symbolization of this bird here, because Esau, through that phoenix, a bird that comes back again and regenerates. All right, that's what they want to do. Esau, as far as New World Order, he wants to ride the ashes of this World War III when he goes into his bunkers. He eventually wants to rise again, all right, and somehow attain his New World Order. But we know, according to Job, the 20th chapter, that's not going to happen. All right, let's get that right quick.
what, Job 20?
Yeah, Job 20:23. I'm gonna read this on the phoenix. It says, in Greek mythology, a phoenix is a long-lived bird that cyclically regenerates or is otherwise born again. Like I said, this is what Esau is trying to attain, trying to reduce the population to 500 million. All right, he basically wants to make you a cyborg by giving you that RFID chip. All right, and then ultimately, Esau wants to, in his mind, his deluded mind, want to go to Mars. Okay, me and his brother, as we was going to camp on Saturday, we were listening to NPR, and Esau has plans to go to Mars, but we know that's going to come to naught. We know this civilization here, a lot of people are oppressed. I mean, if you could just look around, all right, is Jake just oppressed, man? Pigeons everywhere, all right, people are bugged out.
Yeah, it ain't no Edomite. It's not one Edomite in sight.
Yeah, there's probably confusion in the face over here.
Oh, yeah, he finished.
Yeah, he finished, man. You know what I'm saying? So our people, we're looking for better days in the kingdom of heaven. That's why we out here exposing this devil. So you got that scripture up?
Job.
I got it.
Yeah, Job 20.
I'm gonna start at verse 4 and I'm gonna jump down ahead to the point. This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Because like the brothers going into, man, this feels like hell because it is hell, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's various moments throughout the course of the day, you be like, what the hell's going on, man?
Yeah.
But the beauty of it for us is we understand what's going on. We can't fully fathom everything, but we have an idea of what's going on. And our people are cursed, man. Our people are cursed because of our transgressions against the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, you know, and our enemies have been exalted to the point that the basis of man is ruling over us, man. And this devil, well, the devil who is symbolized in this park and this statue and other different dedicated areas for these devils across the city and across the world, you know, the basis of man is now in rulership, man. And you see what's happening, man. And especially you see how it affects our people, man. Our people get destroyed because of it. That's right. At the point where, this is Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, so while he's trying to establish, this new world order by him rising again from the ashes, as this sculpture symbolizes there at Woodruff Park. He's thinking he's going to achieve this new world order, but he's going to be sadly mistaken. All right, because Esau has a certain time period. Matter of fact, you go to Job, I think it's 14. He's got a certain time period, man. We're not going to be in these conditions walking on concrete. We're not going to be having pigeons hovering us in the middle of the city, man. All right, we're going to be royal, man. All right, and that's the thing with our people, man. That's the thing with our people, man. They can't see the kingdom of heaven because this is all they know. But us, the spirit, know what's going on, man.
This is Job 14. We'll start at verse 4. Job 14 and 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. That's next verse. Verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, so Esau has a certain period of time, the time of these elites, the lesser luminaries, down to your Job, six-pack, devil. All right, they're going to have a short period of time. The time is running short, man. You can see it happening in the news, man, where these different countries are coming up against the United States. They have anti-United States sentiments. So, we're in that time period. So, this is going to come to naught. This is just Esau just throwing it in your face. This is basically a form of pride right here with the statue. You know how Esau is with pride.
So I'm going to read this next verse. This is Job 14 and 6. Turn from him that he may rest, till he shall accomplish as a hireling his day. Because you got why is it that in the spirit our people gravitate towards this area? Because it's a landmark. It's a landmark of their spiritual defeat and destruction, man.
And Woodruff, they got Woodruff's spirit. During that time of his college years when he was cutting class and spending cash, what was he doing? He was probably going to these pool hall table, smoking, doing whatever, having whatever, whatever the fraternity does, or the lesser luminary do to pay homage to Satan. He was doing that, because he literally didn't need to go to college or nothing like that. Because he was already juiced in.
Yeah, he just being a devil, man. But our people are drawn to this area, one, because ain't nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere else just for people just to congregate and just be,
That's
out.
his spirit. That's his spirit on him.
Yeah.
I mean the effed up side about it, because he probably was a drug addict too. Coca-Cola was made with cocaine. So he knew about cocaine and all that. Speaking with a lot of nigga woman and shit, having his way, like he was doing the whole nine. Just like on that movie Great Gatsby. He's one of those niggas.
But yeah, but just like it say here in Job, it say, turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as a hireling his day, because this is the accomplishment of Esau's pinnacle in his kingdom, man.
Yeah, this is the
I wonder what that. I wonder what that. This thing right here is like. It's like.
spirit.
Yeah. What's this?
All type of symbolism.
Some type of damn New World Order arc or something like. Oh,
But it's like Esau, Esau was just hired for this short period of time to magnify, the wickedness on this earth. All right, and to really show what happens when you let an unrighteous man or group of people, run things, man. Everything goes to shit.
Yeah, I got one right there. This is Isaiah 47:12. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with thy multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. All right, 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Now, as the brother was making a statement, I'm looking at this building back here, and Esau uses this witchcraft, these enchantments, man. You can't see it through these trees, man, but there's like a temple in this building past these trees, and it looks like a chapel at the top, man. If you can see through that tree right there, yeah, it's like a chapel or a temple up there.
Oh, you talking about right here?
Esau has witches up there, right? They perform, enchantments. They put this vibration out, and the vibration goes from those chapels to this statue, and then it translates to the people. That's why you see people bugged out,
What's that?
like
What's
crazy,
that?
man.
Salaki, what's that photo you sent as part of an article about the unhigh holy days of the of the wicked elite?
Yeah, like today is it's not Christmas Eve, man. It's called Demon's Revel, and basically during this day, witches on the left hand side, they perform sacrifices of infant males. So basically they dismember the children, and they offer these dismembered body parts as sacrifices on Christmas Day. They're basically gifts. So as Jake's out here celebrating Christmas, man, it's really a satanic high holy day. On today is what, the 24th.
Yeah, Christmas just means massive Christ or something.
Yeah, but even even in the city, you got places like 5 Points where we used to be at. All right, that's a really high satanic zone. When you go into the train station, they got this heavily demonic building in there. I mean,
It's
this
a
portrait
painting on it, yeah.
that they used to have on this street. What was this? Peachtree Street? Yeah, they used to have that in there, but they got it at 5 Points now. So that transmits satanic energy, and it's just beaming everywhere. That's why you see things happening as it is in Atlanta, man. Because it used to look nice back in the day, man. Like early 90s, 96. But after the Olympics, it's like every time Esau
just
brings his
got
Olympics,
dirty,
man, the cities that get decayed, man.
Yeah,
Atlanta, it's no
right.
different. Demons.
Yeah, it look like y'all working on something.
No, it's just a documentary right here.
That's good. Yeah, well, you said we'll close it up.
Yeah.
This is Psalms chapter 75. Start at verse 7. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. For in the hand of the Most High, Yahushua, there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink. So the dregs of this punishment, man, is going to get wrung out and fully ingested by the wicked, man. All right, all the wicked on the earth. All right, the wicked 2/3 of our nation.
Yeah, 2/3.
You know what I'm saying? The wicked heathen. You know what I'm saying? Some heathen will be saved, preserved from slavery, but then it's gonna be other ones gonna be done away with, man. In that carnation. And then and most heavily the wicked of the elites of Esau Edom, man. Which these guys, these will be the top tier slaves coming to the kingdom of heaven, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the same people who are able to maximize, their reach, their authority, their hold on this wicked society, this wicked kingdom, they're going to be the same ones that have to taste the heaviest doses of judgment, man. All right, and why do you have a shot for that?
All
right.
Hey man, so we just gonna close it down, man. Just want to come out here and expose these strongholds. Show you what's going on in this God-forsaken city. So with that, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Karkadash.
All right, double to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who will. And peace, love, and salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing this truth and truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.